Right, Strathpeffer Spa Golf Club. If you haven't heard of it, you're really not alone. But I want to change that today because this little gem tucked away in the Scottish Highlands, it's just north of Inverness. It's one of the most unique golf experiences you'll ever have. And I'm not even overselling this. I've got a bit of backup from the legend that is Pete Alliss. He called it a hidden gem in the Highlands. And when you see what I'm about to show you, you'll understand why. So let's talk about how this course introduces itself. You step up to the first tee and you're presented with this. This is the longest drop from tee to green of any course in Scotland. 333 yards downhill with a burn to cross, a tiny green tucked in the corner, and oh yeah, just out of bounds on the right as well. The funny thing is, for us high handicappers, it actually feels quite nice because even if you duff it off the tee, gravity is your friend here. That ball is still going to go a decent distance. But either way, there's still a lot to think about in club selection. I know, do you pull out the driver and risk the trouble? Or do you lay back and take the burn out of play? Who knows? But you single digit guys, this is a real birdie chance if you can find the fairway. Or maybe even the green. But that green is a total nightmare to try and hold on to at that distance. Now, soon after that is where Strathpeffer gets properly weird. And I do mean that as a big compliment because after the second hole, you play 4 par 3s in a row. That's hole 3 through 6, all par 3s. And I know what you're thinking. It sounds a wee bit gimmicky, but actually it's not in reality when you're out there. It actually feels like genius course design because these 4 holes are slowly and nicely meandering you up this massive hill to the plateau above. The first of the 4 plays across this pond, and it's just this big yawning thing in front of you. As you can see, Kieran and myself here both managed to put it in the water, whereas Mark managed to get it up on the hill. But it's a beautiful hole playing across this water.
2 lots of 3 off the tee.
The 5th here gives you a tiny break from the up because it actually just drops you back down again, but that just means you've got more up to go after this, and it's a proper card wrecker. You can see how surrounded by trees it is, and you can't even see the green from where you take your tee shot as well, so that's nice. This course is just so hilly, but it uses it so nicely too. Like, it's a feature in just about every hole. I was just like gasping, pushing my trolley around the whole way. And you can hire a buggy, but honestly, I'm not sure how comfortable I'd be driving it on some of these hills. It's proper, I think I'd tip it territory. Now, the history here is proper golfing royalty. It was founded in 1888. The original 9 holes were laid out by Willie Jr. He was a 2-time Open champ. Then old Tom Morris himself, the supposed grand old man of golf, he extended it to 18 holes in the early 1900s. And it's really cool that the course has barely changed in those 120 years since. You're walking the same fairways as Open champs have walked, and that's always pretty special. At just over 5,000 yards and a par 67, this isn't going to test you with length, but honestly, don't let that trick you. The course will absolutely test you in other ways. You've got those blind tee shots, you've got elevated greens that are really hard to hold, you've got subtle slopes on just about every putting surface, and proper strategic decisions just about every single hole. That 13th, for example, it's the stroke index 1. It's a dogleg par 4 where you really need to be on the left side of the fairway to even have a look at the green. Otherwise, you're getting absolutely nowhere. For high handicappers like us, it's forgiving enough that you won't lose, boxes of balls, but it's challenging enough that you'll remember every good shot you hit. And for better players, it's a proper test of course management, of shot making. Like, length just won't save you here. You need to think your way around that course. of the best parts of the course is the 2 holes, 10th and 11th, when you reach the very, very top of the plateau. The 10th is called High, coincidentally, and it's a 159-yard par 3 across a pond on the right. Such a nice little hole up in the plateau. And then we come to the 11th, Kennellan. 233 yards, par 3, still with trouble on the right. A pond ahead next to the green and a bog before that. So again, your ball just seems magnetically drawn over to the right-hand side. But Mark managed the left of the fairway here, at least. And that's us back to the end of the course. Let's take it to the 18th, 314 yards. All the way back down the hill to the clubhouse. What a sight you get when you walk up to this tee. It's amazing just looking down over that hill. You can just about see the green off in the left there, but it's pretty well hidden.
Beautiful shot.
So here's what I'll tell you about Strathpeffer. It's one of those courses where the golf is only part of the experience. The setting is just absolutely stunning. Those huge panoramic views across the Cromarty Firth and out into the mountains, that Victoria Spa village below, that sense of history. This is Scottish Highland golf, honestly at its best. So charming, so unique, and it's not trying to be a championship venue. It's not trying to beat you up. It's just offering you a brilliant, quirky, memorable, just fun day of golf, and one of the most beautiful settings you'll find anywhere. And then of course at the end of your round, you head back into the traditional little clubhouse for a cold beer, relive those shots, because trust me, you'll probably have a few stories. Strathpeffer Spa Golf Club. If you're heading to the Highlands, put it on your list. I honestly think you'll love it.